First, we're going to start with Anthony Dasher and then Mike Griffith.
Uh, Hey Tom, I guess just what did you tell the players after the game today? After what happened?
I didn't say a lot to the team after the game. It's not the time or place. The bottom line is our lack of shot making hurt us on the defensive end, and we get quiet. We get quiet when we're not making shots, and it's a tough night. I mean, Justin didn't make a three. PJ didn't make a three. We're 3 or 25 from the three, and we're missing open looks. And the frustration kicks in, and then it comes down and it compounds because we're not doing a good enough job keeping the ball in front of us. And so we're going to have to do something different defensively there because we're not into the ball good enough or getting under the way that we need to as the guards, and our bigs are not providing enough support when that ball gets driven. And when we're doing that, we put ourselves in a position where we're not in position to rebound as well. The rebounding was pretty equal, but at the end of the day, the offensive boards they got, they turned into buckets, they turned into threes, and that's a problem there. But the other big problem is throughout the conference, when Tamani Kamara's in foul trouble, we're not nearly as good, and so it's no secret. You know, it's hard with him. It's hard to win when he's only playing 19 minutes, and our bigs were in foul trouble from the first TV timeout on today. But it's hard because he can provide a lot of things for us. But at the end of the day, whether you're home or whether you're on the road, you got to make open shots. And we didn't do that. We didn't do that very well, and it affected us on the other end.
Thank you.
Coach, they were making kind of a deal out. I guess Frank Martin changed up his defense with more of a packed in. Yeah, I mean, is that just
yeah, that I would say they did that because of the lack of respect for our shooting. So yeah, I mean, we knew they didn't come up and get us at all really in that area, but at the end of the day, we missed open shots, and that's a factor, right? We were still getting looks, we were still getting shots, we just weren't knocking them down, and there was some hesitancy. You know, we were hesitating, being ready to take the shot on the next pass, and we just got a little we got careless in the first half with the ball. There's no doubt about that. Instead of just letting the game flow. And again, it doesn't matter if you're pressuring or if you're packing it in, you've got to continue to cut. You've got to continue to be ready to shoot. And we didn't do a good enough job of that.
Okay, let's have Mike Griffith and then Chip Towers. Excuse me. Let's have Ryan Curley and then Chip Towers.
Hey, Coach, I just kind of wanted to get your thoughts on the shot selection. You know, if with you guys being that cold from three and you keep shooting, what do you tell your team in that situation?
Well, we made very conscious efforts to go inside, but you have to make threes, right? You have to. It has to happen. I mean, if you're going to win, you've got to make open jump shots. But there were times that we really wanted to go inside. There were times we got it in. There were times that we didn't. We were in the double bonus very, very early in this game, in the second half, I mean. So you don't want to take their confidence on shooting the ball. I mean, PJ Horn and Justin Kier, those guys have to make threes for us. They just have to. Tonight they didn't. All right, but they have to. I mean, you've still got to have outside shooting, or you're going to see tremendous. We already have a couple guys on the court at most times that the other team is not guarding, and then we have a point guard that more often than not they're going to back off on. So you've got to move. You've got to move without the ball. All right. And you've got to be ready to shoot. And if you just think you're going to be able to play the game inside the 3-point line, that's not realistic. You've got to be able to get it swung. You've got to be able to go inside. But you also got to be able to drive and kick and knock shots down. So the last thing I want them to lose is confidence. But at the end of the day, the results are what they are. We're not making those shots, and it affects us on the other end. And we're not guarding the ball as well. And therefore we lose tonight.
Yeah, Coach, I remember you talking about PJ Horn, and the reason he came here was kind of that corner three. He's 0 for 7 tonight. It looks like a template to me. You're going to get packed in zones, and you're not as big as everybody else, and they're just going to say, shoot. I mean, can you guys shoot? The numbers certainly don't support it. What can you do?
Well, I do think I'm not going to get in a debate on the stats. Our 3-point shooting has been better. It hasn't been better the last 2 games. So, but at the end of the day, there is no alternative to that because of the way they pack in the defense. So it becomes, yeah. Do we make shots in practice? Have we made shots in games? Absolutely. We do, or we wouldn't take them. But the bottom line is we're not making them right now. We didn't make them the other night. So that's why we've got to get movement and we've got to make the next pass. We've got to get into the lane and drive and kick it. And that's part of how we have to play.
Okay, let's have Mark Weiser and then Augustus Stone.
Tom, it looked like Tymcmillan had a good stretch in the first half, maybe regressed in the second half, then had that incident with the huddle. I mean, are you going to stick with him in terms of minutes, or what's your plan?
Yeah, he's got an opportunity every day, and hopefully he'll take advantage of it. And we'd like to get him on the perimeter a little bit more too, because he can shoot the ball. But definitely, I want to be able to play him and John Ned. But again, because we were getting in the bonus, and because we were rebounding so poor. Or I shouldn't say we were rebounding poor. We were getting rebounds too, but they were getting putbacks and they were getting kick out threes. We tried to stay with some more experience in there, but we're going to have to continue to give him opportunities.
Hey, Coach, you said you wanted to change the lineup a few times now in the past, and after this game, are you still considering those?
Yeah, everything. I consider it all the time. I base a lot of things off practice and things differently like that. And so that's always going to be an open-ended situation for me.
All right, thanks so much, Coach. That's all we have time for tonight.
Thanks.
And we will have a transcript to you guys shortly. Have a great night.